SRA, or Stimulus, Recovery and Adaptation. After fatigue management, this is the fourth training principle. The training process starts with the presentation of a stimulus, during which you disrupt homeostasis, continues with recovery, during which your body restores energy reserves, tissues and nervous system, and ends with adaptation, during which your body adapts to the stimulus and gets better in the way you want it to. In short, this principle explains how your body improves its physical qualities. You give it a strong training stimulus, enough time and resources for it to recover and adapt, and then repeat. To illustrate this, here's the stimulus, recovery and adaptation curve. It's not marked here, but the x-axis represents time and the y-axis represents performance. When you give your body a training stimulus, performance initially drops due to fatigue. If we stopped here, it would seem like training only makes you worse, but that's not true. That's only while acute fatigue is still high right after the workout. As your body recovers, your performance returns back to baseline, and when it adapts, it surpasses that baseline. This means that your body adapts as a result of training stimulus, not during it. It adapts after the workout, while you rest. You can train as hard as you want, but if you don't allow your body to recover and adapt, you will not gain much from your training. Rest is just as important as training, so both need to be in balance. Once this process is complete, you're ready to train again. If you train much sooner, you'll just dig yourself into a hole, but if you train much later, you'll lose some of the adaptations you just gained. In short, this principle determines your training frequency. The bigger the stimulus, the longer the adaptation recovery period and the less frequent your sessions. But the smaller the stimulus, the shorter the recovery and adaptation period and the more frequent your sessions. Just don't get me wrong, you can't do 100 sets per session and train only once a month. Your body uses the same resources to recover and adapt, and if the stimulus is excessive, it will use all of its resources to recover, leaving nothing for adaptation. Your workouts should be hard enough so that you can train the same muscle groups 2 to 4 times per week. If you can train the same muscle groups only once per week, your workouts are too difficult. But if you can train them more than 5 times per week, they're too easy, which isn't bad, but it's just not time efficient. Okay, but how can I know when I'm ready to train again? You're ready to train again when your performance has returned back to baseline. If in the previous workout you did 10 pull-ups, but today your back is still sore and you can barely do 5 pull-ups, you're definitely not ready to train again. But if your back is no longer sore and you can do 10 or more pull-ups, you're definitely ready to train again. I hope that you found this video helpful, and I'll see you next time for the 5th training principle, variation. Peace.